Hey everybody, this is Brian with the Instructional Tech Coordinator team here in the School District of Waukesha. In this video, we're going to talk about Bookry, and it stems from the use of iBooks Author. Now, there are a lot of different widgets in iBooks Author, but one of the widgets that people are interested in is a widget called the HTML widget, which is right here. Because they understand that HTML opens the world up to your iBook. You can bring anything that has HTML coding into an iBook. The real struggle with this, though, is knowing how to actually do that. You have to have some level of HTML knowledge or coding ability. And so Bookry looked at that, and it's a company that said, maybe we can help solve that issue for people. Now, if you know how to use HTML coding, we'd encourage you to do that. But if you don't, this might be a good way to get some of the content that's available to people out on the web into your iBook Author. One of the things I'll mention to you right away, though, is that the HTML widget does require internet access. So the beauty of iBooks Author and iBooks is that once the content is on your device, you don't necessarily need an internet connection. The moment you start dabbling with the HTML widget in iBooks Author, you change that, and anything that's in the HTML widget box will not appear if that iPad is offline or not in an internet environment. So just be aware of that. You would never want to put content that's critical to students' use into that because now you just make something that's not accessible to kids who don't have wireless outside of the school district or outside of the school day. So what are we going to put into our HTML box here? Well, I'm going to use a tool called Wallwisher. All right, it's currently called Padlet. It used to be called Wallwisher. But the general idea behind it is that you are basically creating an online posting board, a place where kids can put questions, comments. It's an online discussion board of sorts with a little bit more visual activity to it. And so you've got a couple of posts there already. The key things about this particular page is that I need to get the URL, which is right here. And so I'm going to copy and paste that URL. Another place you can get it in Wallwisher is the Share Export. And I'm going to copy this whole URL right here. So we'll just get that, copy. Okay. Once I've got that, I've got some HTML content or a website, and I've got the URL, I can come on over to Bookry. Now, you will need an account for this. There are both free and paid accounts. The free accounts basically let you do almost anything you need to do, but it will embed a Bookry watermark on there. You can pay for on your own a updated version, and it'll get rid of that watermark, but I can live with that for free. All right, so what we're going to do is once we're signed in, and I am here, I am going to go to my bookshelf. Now, that can be a bit confusing to people because we are working with iBooks Author, and now Bookry has this bookshelf thing. Think of it more in Bookry like a folder. All right, you're creating a new folder, or creating a book as they call it, and we're going to call this my English 9 textbook. And so here's where you're going to put all of the widgets that you associate with your English 9 textbook, which is the iBook project that I happen to be working on here. All right. So we're going to jump back to Bookry now, and I'm going to add my first widget. Now, there's a lot of really great widgets in Bookry already made for you, and I would encourage you to hop in here and play with them. You can embed things like Google Maps and Flickr galleries, drag and match tools, but for this particular piece where I'm trying to pull some content from the web, my Padlet page, right into an iBook, I'm going to use the browser widget. We're going to give that browser widget a name like English 9 Discussion Board. Padlet, because that's the tool that I'm using. On the left-hand side here, I can make some unique changes. I could change the intro image, so if I had an icon for the class that I was particularly using or something like that. So I'm going to change my image to be something like, let's see, just pick something really quickly here so we've got some great, our YouTube channel. There we go. Okay, so our Waukesha 1 logo, good, is going to be the piece that pops in there. All right, the startup image will also be our Waukesha 1 logo. Good, all right. So those will be the images that pop in upon startup. And then on the right side, remember that URL that we copied? We're going to paste that in here. So I'm going to call this my English 9 discussion board for Padlet. And I'm going to paste that address in there. And after that, I'm just going to click Save. Lovely. And then I'm going to download it. So what is Bookry doing when I download this? We will do this instead. Okay. No, we better do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is give it a name. I had done a test run, so I just want to make sure I have it right. What's Bookry going to do here? Well, basically, Bookry is going to take all of its coding background knowledge, along with the URL and name that you gave it and the images that you gave it, and package it all together into something that can easily be pulled into iBooks Author. So let me minimize these here. I've got a couple of different widgets here that I've been playing with. All right, so here's my Padlet wall wisher for discussion board. All right, and it's going to come in as a zip file here. When I double click on it on my Mac, it's going to open up this black widget here, properly named, the same exact thing. And that black widget has all of the coding information I'm going to need to drag into my iBooks Author widgets. So I'm going to get rid of this one just so that we have something to start fresh with. I'm going to go Widgets, HTML. I can give it a name. Ask a question on the discussion board. I can give it a unique caption. My unique caption goes here. And then all I need to do is take this little black icon, drag it into the middle. You'll see my custom images there. And when this appears in iBooks, the custom image will appear, but so will the content from that web page. So let me just prove it to you. We're going to go File, Export. I'm done with my book and I'm ready to push it out to my kids. I'm going to click Next. I'll save it as discussion board. All right, so that's the name of my iBook, and I'm just going to put it on my desktop there. All right, so let me pull that guy up. Here is my iBook. Now, if I were to open this on an iPad or on iBooks on the Mac here, they should function pretty much in the same way. It'll take a second to open up here. And there you can see there is our widget. And when I hover over it, I can click on it now. It's going to take just a second. And there is my discussion board. What's great about this is I can ask a question right from my iPad or right from iBooks. Take just a second here. I can edit those questions. I can do lots of different things with them. Now, here's the crazy part. When I pop over to the web-based version of that, it works here as well. So this creates a link inside of your iBook between your Padlet or your wall wisher accounts and other things that you use on the internet and your iBook. Again, the final reminder I'll give you though is this only works for a student if they are in an internet environment where they have access to wireless. So this would be something that would be kind of an add-on to your books, not something that is critical content, because the real value of iBooks is that they can be taken with kids outside of internet-enabled environments and offline, and they'll still be able to get to the content. So this would be one thing that you'd want to say, this is an add-on or something you can do, but you can really focus your kids in one place to do things like a discussion board. And so that is one way to use Bookry to bring some of your internet-enabled tools right inside of an iBook. As always, if you have questions, feel free to shoot them our way, and thanks for your time.